In 1959, millions of people died in China due to this bird. Actually, these people didn't die because of the bird but due to the mistake of the Chinese government. At that time, China was working to strengthen its economy in every possible way. They were making efforts in every way to make China economically stronger than America, and for this they had also built many plans. In the meantime, Chairman of the People's Republic of China, Mao Zedong, decided that rats, mosquitoes and sparrows should be eliminated from the entire country. Everyone was surprised about what the benefit of doing this would be. He believed that not only politicians make the country progress but also the public should work day and night. The public would work only when they are healthy, and to be healthy, they should be free from diseases. Rats, mosquitoes and flies spread diseases, which deteriorate the environment. Therefore, these creatures bring no benefit to the country, so they should be eliminated from the entire country. Now, the question arises, if diseases spread from mosquitoes, flies and rats, it makes sense to eliminate them, but what harm can be done by an innocent bird? The birds were called to be killed because mathematicians calculated that a bird consumes approximately 5 kilograms of grains every year. If calculated, there were millions of birds in the entire country. So every year, these birds eat hundreds of thousands of kilograms of grains from the crops cultivated by farmers. This results in no benefit to the country, not even a single penny. The next problem was how to kill them. Shooting them wouldn't help because it would use up too much firepower that could be used against the counter-revolutionaries and world imperialism. Poison was also not an option. The danger of possible poisoning was too high. Traps were good, but setting millions of traps was too troublesome. Even for communist China, the government made a smart choice. They decided to let the people handle the important task of getting rid of these pests. China's government did not have any idea how big mistake they were making and what dreadful consequences could arise. Nevertheless, everyone followed instructions, and the entire country was dedicated to this mission. The government was so serious about it that even the army was involved, along with people of all ages, from school children to 80-year-olds. Mosquitoes, flies and rats were not killed as much as the birds, as it was practically impossible to eliminate mosquitoes and flies completely. The birds, especially sparrows, suffered the most. The Chinese people removed their nests and destroyed their eggs. According to a report, just in one day 3 million sparrows were killed. When the government saw that people were getting lazy about killing the birds, they started giving rewards to encourage them to kill more sparrows. Those who killed more birds were rewarded by the government. All the villagers went to the fields, shouting and waving their hands. Birds exhausted with long-term flying in the air, having no possibility to land anywhere, literally began to fall from the sky. This continued, and within a year, all the birds in China were eliminated. The Chinese people and the government were very happy that everyone had collectively completed a very difficult mission. After that, in 1959, the harvest was much more significant than in previous periods. For a few months, the public was happy, shouting slogans in support of Mao Zedong, and the entire country respected him. But then what happened was beyond anyone's expectations. China's crops were filled with locusts and caterpillars, and these pests were destroying the crops. The Chinese forgot that a bird not only eats grains but also consumes pests. Nevertheless, the government gave various chemicals to the farmers to use on crops so that pests wouldn't sit on them. But pests were so much that it didn't make a difference. Instead, by applying more toxic chemicals, the crops became even more damaged. These pests not only spread in villages and fields but also filled the entire cities. People in the cities were also troubled by these pests, and various diseases started spreading among the people. People began to fall ill, and in a way, the entire country's environment deteriorated. But this was just the beginning of the troubles. Going forward, a food shortage occurred in China because the entire crop was destroyed. Only a little grain was left that the farmers had kept for themselves. Now, there was almost nothing left to eat in the entire country, and millions of people across the country began to die of hunger. In February 1960, China realized that they had made a huge mistake, so they stopped the campaign to kill the birds, but it was too late. China's condition had already gotten worse. According to estimates, 40 million people in China died of hunger. After that, birds were brought from other countries to China to increase their population. The number was increased so that the situation could return to normal. However, China's mistake is still considered the biggest mistake in the history of the world. Undoubtedly, everything in this universe is created for a purpose. Every creation is playing its role in this universe. That's it for this video. make sure to like and share it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Take care and goodbye.